Hold the phone. Hold on a second. Back the fuck up, some of you are thinking. Ryan, are you marathoning Katawa Shoujo right now? Yes, I am marathoning Katawa Shoujo right now. Because we're ready to get this done and open up our schedule. That, and we're leaving off on a freaking cliffhanger. We got Lilly rushing off to Scotland, leaving a broken-hearted Hisao. Did I fuck up a choice back there in the past? Am I going to have to go back somewhere and, rethink my life? I might be prepared to do that, but we're going to have to get through the rest of this goddamn season if we're going to find out our true answers. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan, a.k.a. Ryan, and we're back with Ryan's Bizarre Adventures in Katawa Shoujo's. We've been through some highs, we've been through some lows. We've had our buddies walk in on us while we're reading through porn, and we've had other buddies try to culture us and inform us what a parcel is. We also were enjoying tea at the expense of other. Bit of Schadenfreude back there. I should have called the last episode Schadenfreude, but I don't know how to fucking spell that. All I know is that I think it begins with an S. And this chapter is apparently called Farewell. Well, fuck me in the mouth. It's just gonna be, it's like I'm gonna be in the ring of Apollo, with Apollo Creed facing off against him. Only instead of a black man, I'm being punched in the face by my depression. I don't know why that was so funny. Oh boy. Okay. Focus. Oh. As class ends, I simply rest my head on my hand and stare out the window to pass the time. Wait, we just been through finals. Why are we still in class? I really don't get how Japan works. I really don't. It's been a few days since Lilly told me her plans. I haven't been to our ordinary lunchtime haunt since then. Not that there would be much point. Hanako's been busy with a newspaper club she's newly joined, and has even begun talking in class with Naomi every now and then. Even Lilly, aside from the fact that a meeting between us would have been awkward in any case, has been run off her feet with her class representative duties as summer holidays approach. And now, they're just about here. With the end of today's bell, the summer holidays will have begun. No, Shang-san, I don't need you to do the thing. Mostly because I'm way too fucking lazy right now to edit that movie clip in, so no. I don't need your services. God damn it! Everyone keeps busting in here while I'm doing a Katawa Shoujo. Last time it was a picture of Goku, and now it's Nicolas Cage. Let's rock it. I suppose I'll end up will be visiting my parents for the duration and lazing about my old home, now that my previous plans are entirely askew. Meanwhile, Akira and Lilly have been en route to Scotland to live out the rest of their lives there. We can either... Alright, Hisao, it's not too late to go and hijack the plane. I have a few methods, don't ask. Or, we let them land, and we... That's right, I said we. This will be a group effort. Have our world-traveling adventure where we end up in Scotland to reunite with her. It would be the perfect love story. We are going to need a protagonist. We're going to need some kind of evildoer who will stand up and say, I'm against love, I'm going to stop you. That's not the villain voice. We're going to have to find one, or we're going to have to make one. But trust me, we got this. No matter how hard I try to rationalize the idea that once the summer holidays begin, my life will return to the way it was, it simply refuses to happen. Everyone's moving on with their lives. Lily's rejoining her family, Akira's moving up in her father's business, Hanako's getting new friends and hobbies, and even Yuko is moving ahead with her university aspirations. We can always ask Hanako out. Yeah, it wouldn't be too awkward, right? 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 Monica, help me in on this. Would that be awkward? Monica? That girl was just fucking here. That's the mysterious JoJo. Even I'm moving forward, in the end. With the grades I've gotten so far in Yamaku, much less after such a rocky beginning, the path to get into teaching science as a career seems straightforward. I suppose I should at least be happy about that much, but it doesn't really seem to help. I'm feeling for you, my man. I myself have 90... God! Correction! I now have 100 problems! I need to bust out that voice again. Hey, Cheyenne! To those of you who only listen to these videos and not watch it, for some strange reason, there are some of you out there who do that. Don, that voice just turning up in your ears is probably enough to make your eyeballs shatter. What? I quickly stopped my ruminating and turned to face the bubbly voice beside me, putting on the most upbeat expression I can muster. As expected, Shizune stands flanking her. I have a sneaking suspicion they want something from me. Yo, bitches! What be happening? Well, Shishin and I were thinking. Since we're just two poor little girls that need help with all the work we've been given just before the holiday begins. So, would you like to borrow one of my machetes to accidentally fall on top of? Really? Sure, I can help. Roping us into this. This bitch too dense think I just said no. But Ishin, we really need? Nani? I think I broke Misha. Even Shizune raising his eyebrows, her accomplices shuddering stop in her tracks. So you'll help us, Shishin? I just said I would, didn't I? It's hardly like I have anything better to do. Maybe helping them with their work will help take my mind off the situation. Misha seems generally ecstatic with my response, but Shizune's expression is clouded and difficult to read. I find myself quickly averting my eyes from her own, as if it almost looks like a face of pity. No doubt, it must just be my imagination. This is hardly the first time I've been in the student council room. Indeed, I found myself down here often, either to help Lilly with class rep work, or to sort out one thing or another with the student council itself. Those That must have been riveting. Now, though, it's quite a different place. I'm sitting on my laptop, top in lap, looking at a screen with a laptop. We're getting meta. Papers and folders are strewn across every table in the room. Only a solitary little black laptop atop a single desk sticking out from the mess. It looks positively ancient. Fuck you, it doesn't look that much different from my laptop. And I guess I've been violently serving its task in archiving information for years and years. So, what needs doing? This looks like a lot to do. Ellipses. Shizune's expression becomes determined as she signs. It's a worrying look. Everything, He-Shan. My worry was well placed. Everything, you say. Ellipses. What's left on the desk is what needs to be done. It all needs to be digitally recorded, which is what the laptop is for. And I'm guessing that I'll be the one doing this? Ellipses. She says she saw you at computers in the library a few days ago, and that you seem really good with the... That is a big goddamn conclusion to jump to! You could walk in earlier today and see me hanging up a light in my sister's bathroom, but you shouldn't jump to the conclusion that I'm an electrician! Good with computers. I could touch, type, I guess, but still seems like an overestimation of my skills. That's like walking in on me slicing up a body in a bathtub and assuming I'm an executioner. Never mind. I was just typing up homework. Wait a minute. Shizuz was watching me do that? The fuck? Is she perv? Oh. Ellipses. Did you just hear and agree with me? Oh. One must know their allies before they can know their enemies, of course. Okay. Well, that's pretty wise. For once, it's not very hard to work out who said what. Nonetheless, doesn't seem worth fighting over. Bullshit, I will fight over anything. Sitting at a computer doing some typing hardly seems onerous. As far as tasks to help Shizune and Misha go. Ellipses. Besides, it'll help to take your mind off things. Why do you know these things? You shouldn't know anything. You especially, Misha. What? Take my mind off things? Take my mind off what things? Misha's face goes blank as she translates this for Shizune, though the latter's response is only to glance away towards the window after briefly signing. Ellipses. Misha's face quickly returns to a smile as she translates back. She was confused, I guess, but Shizune is harder to pin down. I was just thinking you may like to get your mind off the exams, of course. Oh, shit. Your fucking weird brother is snitching, isn't he? Your fucking weird brother. I will hang him off the roof by his cankle. Either way, we may as well get into it sooner rather than later. I'll go along with you. That's the spirit, He-Shan. After the 5th spreadsheet is compiled and saved, time for the next month's. After a little bit of fussing around, we all managed to get a bit more organized. Shizune's been gathering up the loose sheets and, thankfully, storing them into a neat pile next to me. Meanwhile, Misha's been handling the manual writing work, her girly pink pen leaving its unmistakable mark on paper after paper. If we're dealing with official documentation, please tell me the ink is not pink. Can I go back? Please tell me the pen is pink and not the ink. I may have to... Everyone in this entire student council will have to hang themselves. Once I got myself into a rhythm, this really wasn't so bad. Shizune and Misha also seem to be in the swing of things, wordlessly communicating as they go about their business with fervor. I periodically glance at the sheet beside the laptop, apparently a list of student names and matching addresses. As I dutifully enter the data written on, I don't pay a lot of attention to what I'm typing until I reach about midway down the page. Wasn't this the... Hakamichi, class 3-3. Huh. Her family's home is in, Sadama. My hour of curiosity is ended abruptly as 3 light taps can be heard rapping on the door. Misha quickly skips over to check who it is, tapping Shizune's shoulder on the way past her to let her companion know what's happening. Ah, you're here! Who is it? There's a list of characters going through my head right now. And I'm periodically going down the list and just scratching off the ones I know it can't be. And as the list gets fucking shorter and shorter, I'm getting more and more terrified. Please be either Mutoo or Kenji. Please be Mutoo or Kenji. Please be a Hanako. Come on, Hanako! With a slight pause to enter Shizune data into a file along with all the others, I look up to check who's at the door. What the fuck? Lilly? Okay. Wait. Hold the phone. We gotta go 4th level angry white man here and angrily adjust glasses. What in darn tootin' is going on here? After giving a cursory nod to Misha in greeting, she perks her head up in her trademark manner. Is that Hisao? Girl, I thought you were in Scotland. Wait a minute. Did you get to Scotland, realize that you loved me, and formed your own posse and went on a world-traveling adventure to get back here? I'm playing Whitney Houston music in my head. Give me a moment. This was supposed to be Hisao carrying Lilly off in his arms while Whitney Houston was playing, but now it's the other way around. She's gonna pick us up in her arms. She's gonna carry us to Scotland with her. That's the most retarded and beautiful thing I can think of. She's pretty darn good at working out my voice from the smallest of phrases nowadays. Really? Your smallest of phrases nowadays? You going, Lilly? Lilly? That's probably how he did it. Me, I'm like, what the fuck? A blind person could pick me out of a mob. Yeah, it's me. Hey. The atmosphere feels slightly awkward as she bows. Neither of us knows quite how intimate we should be around each other, given she's leaving a matter of... no. Never mind. I thought she left and came back. She technically left, and now she came back. That's my bad, Hassan. Please continue. I was having a moment. The moment obviously has passed, because there never was one. This is a fact that, thankfully, neither the oblivious Misha nor the hard-working Shizune pick up on. So, you've got work to do as well? Unfortunately, I arrived as soon as I could, but my class held me up with a surprise farewell party, and I had to get changed. Right. We shouldn't gloss over the fact that back in season 1, the way that all neatly wrapped up, happy ending, everything. Let's not forget here, folks. The season 1 ended well before Lilly came back from Scotland during that trip. She did not. Did she? I gotta go back and rewatch season 1. You probably should too. But it'd be interesting to know how the whole Lilly going to Scotland permanently thing would play out with Hanako and I being the couple. And I don't know, I'm reading way too much into this shit again, and I would ask the creators, but if none of them are even talking to their co-creators anymore, so I doubt they're going to pick up the phone to a person who randomly guessed their number. I take it Shizune is here as well? Ellipses. Of course! Ellipses! And I've been here during all of lunchtime as well. Good for you. That last comment was really not needed. Shizune's baiting Lilly into another argument. I can feel it. I'm sorry I can't be as hardworking as you, Shizune. I'll endeavor to hire more lackeys to do my work in the future, I assure you. You don't have to, that's a joke because you're leaving. And Lilly just took the bait, escalating things further. Sheesh. But aren't you the one who is outsourcing your work to your classmates? The difference is that they choose to help, unlike your tyrannical grip on your own class. Ellipses! Girls, please. First of all, both y'all can have me. Second of all, I'm about to start slapping people upside proper. We can't be this fucking petty. What is the fight? What is the fight? Did someone die? Did someone like sleep with someone? What happened? Tyranny work. What the fuck? Tyranny works. I now will look for a mod for the Hearts of Iron 4 game that I got recently and am playing and loving, by the way, and see if there is a mod for Shizune leading Germany. Even if we did things differently, we still got the same results, right? This is school, not a police state. You will have to remind me, when you are appointed class monarch, I'm afraid. Oh, angry ellipses. You have to seize power. It's not as good as if it's just handed to you. But I guess you won't really understand that, right? Oh my gosh. There really should be a mod where Shizune's leading Germany. What the fuck? Ellipses! You also had to remind me when monarchs were elected into their positions. Lilly positively bristles at this. Shizune's two-hit combo forces her onto defense. Yet for all your vaunted power, you cannot get one person to help you without forcing him. Well, ellipses. But he self-volunteered. He's such a hard worker. He's doing this instead of meaningless socialization, right? Is that so, Hisao? I choose out the window option. This is bad. I've really ended up between a rock and a hard place. As much as it may pain me to do this, the truth has at least a chance of stopping this argument here and now. It's okay, Lilly. They didn't harass me to come or anything. Lilly gives me a disapproving grimace, silently radiating her strong feelings of displeasure in my general direction. She can be quite scary when she wants to be, though thankfully that isn't often. Ellipses! He-Shan, you make that sound like it's a regular occurrence. We gotta get out of here, dude. It isn't. In the end, it doesn't matter so long as everything's getting done at a good pace. Crack the whip. Let's just get this work over with so we can go the fuck home. Shizune snorts derisively and gets back to marking off the sheets in front of her, while Lilly sighs and finds her way along the room with her hand following the filing cabinets lined along the wall. This will mark the only time I've managed to successfully defuse one of these situations, but the grudging ceasefire built around mutual fear and respect. Oh, that sentence makes me giggle. Ceasefire built around mutual fear and respect. Anyway, makes us feel more like the Cold War than any real peace. I can't take all the credit, though. Lilly's leaving has surely affected Shizune to some extent, to make her give up so easily. Moments before getting back to my work, I noticed Lilly reaching up to grab something from above the filing cabinet. I almost offered to help, but her height gives her ample ability to take it down safely. Once she sets a strangely shaped device on the desk beside me, I realize just what it is. Sort of. She takes the old green covering off and sits down. Is it probably like a typewriter with braille on it? I'm gonna take that guess. Kinda. Maybe? Quay? At first glance, it seems to be an old metallic blue typewriter, but it doesn't take me long to realize it's far from ordinary. It has far fewer keys than expected, and those is to show no lettering printed on them. Only the shadows cast by the tiny braille dots on them give a hint to the thing's purpose. Blind typewriter? Oh, this? Well, you're not far off. It's normally called a Perkins Brailler, but it's basically a typewriter for the blind, yes. It presses braille into the page rather than text, which is why it has fewer keys. Huh. That's really neat. She gives a light-hearted grin at my curiosity over it. I have to admit that it appeals to my sense of novelty. Without further ado, we each get back to our allotted tasks. The loud clunking off the mechanics in the Lilly's brailler and the tapping on the laptop's old and weary keyboard quickly fill the room. It's a nice atmosphere, really. Everyone knows what they have to do, and Lilly and I get to sit beside each other and exchange the odd word as we work away. Nostalgic. That's what it feels like. It's pleasant, it's just slightly stained with the knowledge that our time together is nearing its end.
Excuse me, Misha?
To properly address her, Misha bounces over from the filing cabinet she's peering into. In spite of Lily's lack of sight, for a moment I think it's strange, but then realize it's exactly what I do. You would bounce over? What? Watch it!
Could you ask Shizune where the attendance records for Class 3-2 are? I think they've been moved.
Okie dokie! Loki dokie dokie! And with that, she flitters up to Shizune, who's working at the table behind us. Lily's familiarity with the council room, and the efficiency with which she works, remind me that she, Misha, and Shizune used to all work together in student council. Maybe this is a fitting end for her stay in Yabuko, working away just like she used to, surrounded by those she loved, and at least liked. I look up, getting taken off guard by Shizune soaring through a drawer, rather than Misha. Sure enough, she picks out a manila folder, entirely blank save for just barely visible bumps on its front, and holds it in front of Lily. Lily's hand flits over to check what it is, her fingers feeling out the dots of braille and confirming it's what she asked for.
Thank you, Misha.
No reply. No reply, that is, save for an odd grin. No smile on Shizune's face.
More budget kicked in, we have art. I'm going to enjoy this for a second.
People look happy. They do. A couple of seconds pass before Lily clicks that it isn't Misha behind her. What's happening? But Shizune. Her momentary look of surprise is replaced by a slightly bashful smile. For a few moments, the room is all but still and silent. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch. I break out in a song in the worst situation. Eventually, though, Shizune strides back into her workstation, and Lily begins typing once again. It only lasted a handful of seconds and all, but it feels like years of communication were made up for that one silent exchange. There. Finished. More ways than one. I lean my head back and rub my eyes to try and work away the weariness. Staring at that small and rather poor screen has taken its toll.
Excellent timing. The only thing left is to file these away, and I'll have my workload finished as well.
Good. I could pack up the brailer and put it away while you do that.
Thank you, Hisao.
Misha, are you and Shizune far from being done? I look around for the two as I replace the cover over the brailer, only to see them waiting at the door. I guess they must be waiting for us. With a minimum of wasted time, we finally pack up everything that remains and join them. Thanks for waiting, you two.
We couldn't just take off without you, Uhi-shan. You've been a great help. Then we didn't want you stealing anything.
She's right. I would have made off with that laptop. It's probably got Shizune's secret stash of porn on it. She's into that real kinky shit. You go No, accidentally browsing around on the student council laptop, you find there's an eBay page open for handcuffs and shit. Like, what the fuck you looking at, girl? Shizune nods. Oh God, that's not going to get out from the back of my mind now. Jesus. That's not going to get out from the back of my mind now that she's like a secret dominatrix or some weird shit. Like, you go into her room at home, and there's a bed all right, but there's also heavy-duty tarps on the floor. Shizune nods approvingly, pleased with my efforts. I guess that's the last class representative work done and over with, then.
That's right.
I'll miss you, Lilly. I think it was fun working with you.
Thank you, Misha. It's been good working with you and Shizune.
Shizune thinks for a moment before formulating her response. It's not that she often communicates without thinking, quite the opposite. But this time it's even more considerate than usual. Ellipses. Misha looks a little surprised before passing on the message.
Shizune says you better do your work over there better than you did here.
Far from taking offense, Lilly giggles into her hand.
If that's the case, then please tell Shizune to give those who still here a little more understanding in the future.
Competitive until the last. Maybe Shizune and Lilly aren't so different after all. Oh God, Misha is literally breaking the fourth goddamn wall right now. She's not staring. She's not. I'm getting out of here. She's not staring at his house. She's staring at you. Ellipses.
She says she'll be checking to make sure you live up to your end of the promise.
Then that's how it will be. I better be off then. Goodbye, Shizune. Goodbye, Misha. Hisao.
Yes. Lilly takes a hold of my arm in hers, there being no need for a cane if I'm here to guide her. With a nod farewell to the two, we set off out the door, make our way to the school grounds. As I turn to wave goodbye to them, I notice Shizune's gaze lingering on Lilly. They may annoy each other, but family bonds aren't easily broken. There's probably a lot of people out there that could say bullshit. Got all your papers sorted then?
Yes, they've been filed out and handed in.
On top of things as always, aren't you?
She gives an earnest smile at the compliment, but it feels as if her happiness is just a veneer of the fact that she's fully aware of how much she's leaving behind. It reminds me of how she was like when I first met her, always smiling, always that little bit aloof, always that little distance away from everybody. Even now, she still maintains that air around many others, especially those she's not close to. I had hoped that our time together would have changed that fact. Our pace slows, the two of us coming to a halt in all but the empty school gardens. Hisao, is something the...
What the fuck? Lily's words are cut short as I turn and wrap my arms around her, pulling her tight. I may not usually be given to such impulsive actions, but I just want to be close to her, god damn it! Even if it's the last time I'll be able to. All the other students have retreated to their dormitories and homes, only the ruffling of the leaves and the breeze making any sound whatsoever. Oh God, she's gonna do one last face-off. My heart can't take it. This game's gonna give me arrhythmia.
As I draw back, I can see she has dropped her carefully maintained smile. Her hand hesitates, wanting neither to leave nor stay on my features. She's putting up a brave show, but her slight trembling gives her away. Lily may be able to control herself well, but even she can't hold her composure together now. This is the woman I've come to love, but also the one who's, in all too short a time, will leave the country forever. I'm sorry, Isao. It's okay. You've got your own life to lead, after all. We walk up the hallway in the girls' dormitory hand in hand, our emotions by now largely quelled. Nevertheless, our hands grip each other much more tightly than before. Faint, muffled voices can be heard from Lily's room, the origins of which aren't difficult to guess. Oh! The moment she opens the door, Hanako bursts through and wraps her arms around Lily, taking her very obviously by surprise. Lily. Hanako? I'm going to miss you, Lily. As expected. Again! How would this shit play out during season 1 after Hanako and I got together? This shit matters, yo! As expected, she's on the verge of tears. Lily gently rubs Hanako's hair with her hand in response, then pulls back and gives a warm, reassuring smile. Looking beyond Hanako, Akira can be seen getting up from the side of Lily's bed and scratching her head. Wait a minute! Hold the fucking phone! And Hanako and Lily shit aside, however this plays out, if we went other routes, would Lily, like, say we went with Emmy, right? Just bear with me here for a second. Would Lily still be fucking leaving? Would Hanako still try to make friends? What the shit will happen? I may have to burn down this virtual school if it turns out Hanako will be sad. Her eyes turn from Lily and Hanako to me, still the weak smile hanging on her face. I try to return a more gently happy look, but the result is probably just the same. So, everything's set? Managed to hold back from killing Shizune? The comment draws a amused giggle from her sister. Yes, I have everything in order. And yes, I managed not to. Have you packed everything you need? Got the 2 bags right here, but there's still some stuff left at the Hakamichi's home. I could pick that up while we wait there for tomorrow's evening's flight. Tomorrow? I thought we were leaving fucking today. What's going on? Akira gives the 2 large black traveling bags on the floor a hearty pat. She probably came to help pack and make sure everything was in order on Lily's end before going together with her. Hold on. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Trying to pronounce that frickin' name. Lily, will you be okay over there? I'll be all right, I assure you. I'll have Akira looking after me as well, and you know she's reliable. But don't worry, Hanako. I have your phone number after all, so we can stay in touch. With Akira's help, I can send you things over the internet as well. Internet's a magical place. Hey, don't just use me because you won't learn how to use a computer. Hanako and Lily both giggle briefly, the mood lightening ever so little. That goes for you too, Hisao. I promise I'll contact you once I'm in Scotland.
I know. I'll be looking forward to it. Her offer may be kind, but we both know that this is tantamount to breaking up. Neither of us have any illusions as to how well we'll manage a long-distance relationship. With nary a word of prompting, the four of us begin the long, solemn walk to the school gate. What time is it? It's only... Okay. The numerous lamps scattered around Yamaku grounds fail to do much more than provide pinpoints of light in an otherwise dense darkness. I think I nearly strained a neck muscle when I said darkness that way. What the fuck? Amateur unpaid voice acting is harmful, dangerous work. A car parked on the road just outside the school grounds comes into view, its shining black exterior reflecting the dimly lit lamps of Yamaku. I call out to Akira in an attempt to alleviate a bit of the heavy atmosphere. That your car? What kind is it? The kind with wheels.
Don't know much about cars, do you? It's a Lancer Evo, solid and speedy.
I don't know much about cars either. All I know is that they have wheels, they get me from point A to point B, and they have an engine that goes vroom. Well, it's not as ever comment on my knowledge is off the mark. I've never really taken an interest in them. She gives a small sigh.
She's been good. Pity I have to part with it tomorrow. Just like the summer house. You guys were the last to visit it before it changed hands.
To who? Turning back from my rather faulty attempt at small talk, I glance at Hanako and Lilly, following behind us. By rights, Hanako should be leading Lilly, but it's rather definitely the other way around as she clings tightly to Lily's arm. It's a depressing sight. It is. Someone please throw a pie.
So, I guess this is it. Indeed. Although the time for everyone to say their farewells is now, nobody really wants to take the first step. It's as if the longer nobody speaks, the better chances of them simply not leaving. Lily, do you really have to go? I'm sorry, Hanako. I won't be leaving you forever, though. I can still call you. Hisao will still be here as well.
Like I'm hardly considered fucking company. I nod, but Hanako just clutches all the tighter to Lily's arm. After spending so long without anyone to call family, it might be excruciating to have to say goodbye to the one person that was as close to his mother as anyone could have been in her life. Lily lets out a long, sad breath. All Akira and I can really do is stand quietly on the sidelines, since the only person that can solve this would be Lily herself. Eventually, Lily pulls her arm from Hanako's grip and holds both of her shoulders gently. A much more decisive way of address than I've ever seen Lily take with her.
Hanako, remember when we first met? When you entered my room for the first time, and after overhearing my consoling of a friend, you didn't say a single word for the entire night. Even as I poured you tea and talked, you sat silently and simply listened to what I said. It took many quiet meetings like that before you began to open up to me, but as you began to, I felt some of the happiest moments I've ever felt. I didn't become your friend because I pitied you, Hanako. I became your friend because I knew you were hiding not just from me, but from everyone. Your ambition, personality, interests, tastes, I didn't know any of them, and neither did anybody else. As you showed yourself to me, though, I began to realize the person that you were, and became sure that our meeting was a very special moment.
But I...
Lilly cuts her words short, and she brings her hand to Hanako's head and brushes her bangs to the side, gently pressing her...
Okay, I thought that was going somewhere else.
pressing her lips to Hanako's forehead. As she pulls her head back, leaving Hanako all but speechless and her eyes moist, Lilly beams a wide smile. I believe you are a very beautiful person, Hanako, and I am certain that you will become a strong and confident woman. You are a very dear friend, and someone who I love very much. Just like Hisao, I will never forget you as long as I live. I may be leaving, but you have your own life here to lead, just as I do. You have your own friends and hobbies, and your own hopes after graduation. I want you to devote yourself to them, even after I'm not around anymore. That is why I think you will be okay, because you are your own self, with your own life. You yourself proved that to me.
Hanako lowers her head in embarrassment, but nods as she does so.
I understand. I know I have to say goodbye. I know you have to go your own way. But thank you, Lilly, for everything. Thank you, Hanako. Will you be okay?
There are a few seconds of silence before the answer comes.
I will.
Lilly smiles, undoubtedly at least partly in relief. Keep it together, please, Ryan. Come on.
That makes me very happy then. Goodbye. Goodbye, Lilly.
A big, brave, strong man. We can get through this.
And farewell to you as well, Hisao.
Goodbye. I miss you.
She pauses for a moment before walking up to me. Her right hand, outstretched in front of her, takes a hold of my shoulder. Her left hand slowly and daintily reaches towards my face, taking my cheek in her palm. For a while, she simply holds my face, her fingers just slightly moving to take in its contours. Usually her hand would be warm when doing such a thing, but the night's air has given her skin a cool edge. I'm not sure how long we can stay like this. Her clouded eyes pointed just below my own as she wears a wistful, almost distant smile. Eventually, though, I take her cold hand in mine. It's difficult to do so, but with a slight sigh, I gently remove her hand from my cheek. I hope you have a long and happy life, Lilly, no matter where you might go.
Thank you. I'll make sure to.
She takes a long, trembling breath before turning slightly towards Akira's direction.
Akira,
you don't have to say your goodbyes to her now you're leaving with her.
Okay.
With a nod, she takes Lily's hand and begins to guide her to the car parked outside the gates. They both walk slowly and deliberately, as if their movements had been rehearsed in advance. It's strange to feel this way now, watching somebody leave Yamaku. The feeling of unease I have now reminds me of the first time I walked through those black wrought iron gates that always looked far too pompous for what they were. As they leave, all of us know full well that our lives are irreversibly changing. I'd always told myself that I just have to take life as it comes, but everything's changing so fast, so suddenly. In the end, Lily's an irreplaceable part of the lives of both Hanako and I. I don't know, it's like annoys me when I say me at the end of that like that. The noise of Akira opening the passenger door for Lilly brings me out of my thoughts, her hand waving back as Lilly gets in.
See ya, guys. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye, Hanako. Goodbye, Hisao.
Hanako's hand quickly shoots up, her face brightened by her enthusiastic farewell.
Goodbye, Lilly. Goodbye.
See you, Akira. And goodbye, Lilly. The door shuts as we all put on our best happy farewell faces, Akira getting in the car herself and starting up in short measure. Lily's hand can be seen waving through the tinted windows, waving in the wrong direction. Both of our hands waving high as well. Just as every other time I've done such things, I can't quite work out precisely why I, or Hanako, waved to her given that she'd never seen us doing so. But it doesn't matter. Even after that black, shiny car goes down the hill and disappears in the dark night, we carry on waving and seeing Akira and Lily off. And then, they're gone. So, Hanako, Yahtzee? A strange stillness takes over as our hands return to our sides. I don't know what I should do or how I should feel. In the end, we just stand there, silently staring down at where the car disappeared from sight.
Goodbye, Lilly.
And like that, I'm back to being bummed again. I tried to bring it back with a stupid joke. Try to bring back some kind of sense of uplifting, cheerful personality that people come to this channel for. But no, it's very hard right now. It is very hard right now. All I can do in response to her quiet, mournful goodbye is to place a hand on her shoulder. She looks at me for a few moments before looking back down the hill, secure in the knowledge that I'm still around for her. What we'll do from now doesn't seem all that certain. We all have our own ambitions now, just as Lily said. But even so, it feels like there's a certain missing part in both our lives now. Something that can never be replaced. It's the end of a chapter. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. I need to check my time real quick. Hold on, folks. We've been at this party for about an hour. It's been on about an hour. If I made wrong choices, what were they and how did it lead up to the situation? If I made right choices, how the fuck do you fix this? How the fuck do you fix this? Unless it's how you sprint right now to that goddamn airport rather than being in a goddamn school for disabled people and romantic ending that shit. I will be the first to walk out of the crowd if you pull this shit off with a cliche slow clap. But something needs to happen. It needs to happen. It needs to happen now, folks. I've got to wrap it up here. I'm going to continue this marathon though for tomorrow. The next video in the video library is going to be another Katawa Shoujo because I have to see this how this ends. I have to see this how it ends. I have to see how the fuck this ends. But the first thing we have to do to see how the fuck this fucking ends is to end it here. Right? We got it saved. We're going to double save it to make sure that it's saved. All that good stuff, guys. Like, favorite, subscribe, follow Facebook, hop on the Discord, and fuck. Stay awesome out there, guys. Until the next time, adios.